hadn't paid that much attention to it, to be honest.
Well, you must be excited, obviously, to be after the win the other night. Must be excited to be in the final.
Yeah, the boys are. Particularly where we've come from. It's always nice to qualify for a final, but we also know there's still plenty of hard work to be done if we want to hold it.
A couple of selection issues for you guys. Herschel Gibbs is confirmed out.
Yeah, just the one. Herschel's out, so we'll have to obviously make a decision on that. But find out game time tomorrow.
What are you leading to at the moment? Bringing back Tom Trippett?
As I said, you'll find out at game time tomorrow.
What about in terms of opening? Do you have any idea who could, or a couple of names you could throw up?
Yeah, look, we've got obviously we've got other guys in our squad that have played throughout the tournament that will come into calculations. So it's like anything. It's an opportunity for someone. It might be someone already within the team that does it. So that's something we have to weigh up and see what's best for the team tomorrow night.
Keeping your cards close to your chest with hopefully right there, and not really divulging too much in terms of.
That's our prerogative.
James, I guess Ben Cuddy available. That's a big boost.
It is good. Yeah, he's about to go. He's about to get on a flight now. I think gets in tonight. So yeah, with him coming back into our lineup, we didn't think for a stage yesterday we were going to have him, but it's good for us that he's flying over.
And yourself, how are you travelling?
It would have been, to be honest, it would have been easier for me if the game was in Melbourne. If the Stars had won the other night, the flight and getting over that, mate, it's going to be 4 days after a grade 1 hamstring strain. It's going to be that's going to be pushing it. So I've given myself a 60-40 chance. Our physio's a bit less than that, but I'll do everything I can to try and get up for Saturday night.
When you make that decision, tomorrow night, tomorrow morning? Or?
We'll make that decision before the game tomorrow. I'm sure I'll come down before everyone else and try bowl off my long run, and if I get through that, I assume I'll play. But our team's it runs itself pretty well. If I'm not playing, we've got a few other guys that can step into that role, and Cutsy being here obviously is makes the decision a bit less important.
What about the crowd? How intimidating can the crowd be for the visiting teams? I mean, you saw the other night, it's pretty wild.
Most of our guys have played around the world in front of South African crowds, Indian crowds. It's fine, mate. You just got to turn your back on them. You can try have some fun with them. Guys go about it different ways, but I'm just happy that it's a sellout and it's sold out so quick. I think it's great for the competition that we are playing a final in front of a sellout crowd.
It's been 10 years between trophies for the WACA. What would it mean to bring back a trophy? You know, possibly in your last game here in Australia.
You keep saying that. You've got some inside information that I don't know about. Obviously, the guys haven't thought of it that way. It has been a long time, but at the end of the day, it's a different squad to the Warriors. So from that point of view, the guys are very keen to try and get some silverware. But at the end of the day, it's a big match for us, and hopefully we can perform well.
How's Herschel been the last couple of days? Mentally, spoken to.
Yeah, look, he's just been Herschel. It's one of those things that happens. It can happen in that form of the game in those conditions the other night when it's a bit drizzly and wet. So, from that point of view, he's disappointed obviously not to be playing, but hopefully he'll be back on the park sooner rather than later.
How important is that opening combination for you guys, given that it has been, you've done so well with that duo up the top?
Yeah, look, it's been huge for us. There's no doubt if you get a good platform early on. The teams that have been successful generally have had good starts in the first 6 to 10 overs, and that's something that we've certainly loved having. Those two in particular complemented each other well, Sean and Herschel, but we'll come up with a combo that we think can complement each other tomorrow night for one game, and hopefully we've got the depth in our squad that'll show that's the case.
Would you like to open?
Look, it's something that I've done in the past, but there's a number of guys that can do it. Northie did it last year very well for us. A couple of the younger guys have done it at varying stages, not here, but obviously in other forms, whether it's club cricket or whatever. So we'll wait and see.
Could you use someone like Coulter Nile and try and get the quick start like Gibson?
Look, he's played a role for us at certain times coming up the order. Maybe opening, but we'll see.
I don't have voters. Seems like the most likely, perhaps. obviously he's batted well with Sean as a partnership.
Yeah, look, he's batted beautifully in the middle order as well. So, you know, he's played a crucial role for us there, keeping the momentum going if we have lost a wicket through those middle overs. And his form's been outstanding. It's probably hasn't been recognised as much because it is probably a lot more difficult in that middle overs when all the field spreads, and he's played it beautifully. And obviously having Michael Hussey there as well, you know, he's another one that's opened in the IPL and done it very well. He can play a number of roles. Given his experience. So we've got a variety of options. It's just about what we think's right on the night.
James, it seems when Marsh flies, the Scorchers fly. How important is it to get him out early, and does he have any notable weaknesses, or are there any keys bowling against him?
No, I think, as Kat just said, like when you have an opening batsman like Sean, we've got Pommers. If those kind of guys get off to flying starts, your team's very rarely going to lose. And I watched Marshy bat. I still stand by it. The 2008 IPL was as good as I've ever seen anyone bat live, and I was fortunate enough to be down the other end for a fair bit of it, and it was very impressive. Marshy's an exceptional player, and we have our plans to him. We've played him a lot now, but yeah, I'm not going to divulge those kind of things here. And whoever he does open the batting with can do the job. Like, we've thought about that as well. They've got 4 or 5 candidates that can go up the top and open with him, and I think Herschel not playing doesn't really mean a thing to how the Scorchers are going to go, because as we saw with Cameron White the other night, like, batsmen can go up the top, and when they've got nothing to lose, they can come off. So whoever does walk out with Sean will be just as important as Sean trying to get him out.
So what you've seen of Marshy this season, is he back to his 08 form?
Well, what I've seen in a couple of the BBL games, yeah, he's getting very close. He's a quality player. He was always going to come out the other side of this supposed run of outs. He's going to play for Australia again in the near future, and that's the way it is. He's that kind of player.
You feel like you have the attack to sort of have an impact out here with Cutting and Roach. You can sort of take it up to those opening batsmen more than what the Stars probably.
Oh yeah, we do. We've got genuine pace. Cutsy's a 140 bowler, but has very good control of what he's doing now. Kemar can really step it up if the conditions are right. That'll be interesting. It's going to be a good battle. I think, like us and the Scorchers, we're 2 teams that started off the competition quite slow, but the way we finished, I reckon we're rightfully the 2 finalists, and tomorrow night should be quite a spectacle with a full house and a guy who's one of the world's fastest bowlers coming in. You've got Coults, who's one of the quickest going around now as well, and they're bowling at Marshy and Pommers, so that's going to be some good viewing, I would have thought.
James, just on Luke Pommers back, obviously he's had a fantastic tournament. How good's he been for you, and how's he feeling coming back to the WACA?
He's been good, mate. He's really settled in. Like going back months to when he first came into the Queensland squad, he's been excellent. He's done everything asked of him. His training ethic has been outstanding, and from the start of this tournament, you always knew he was very close to ripping a team to shreds, and what he did to the Renegades was special. That was an outstanding innings, but I think the innings before against Hobart, that was spectacular on a pitch that was quite hard to bat on. Yeah, he's a good player, and for what he's done the last 6 months, if he can stay on that track, he's going to go a long way.
His resurgence has been amazing. Have you noticed how he's approached his cricket on the field and off the field?
Very calm. He's extremely calm. He knows what he's doing. He spends a lot of time talking to our coach about cricket, about batting, about life in general, and he's come a long way. And we made sure in the Queensland setup that when he arrived, we didn't just lay it all out for him and you're just going to walk in the Queensland team and that. No, we said we're prepared to get you in the squad, but you have to work hard to get a game. And he's worked his ring off. He's scored runs in club cricket. He's played the last Ryobi game before this tournament started, and then we always had in our plans that he was going to open the batting, and it's just come off, and he's been very good.
Tom, is Luke Pommers back to key wicket for you?
I think we'd be naive to think he's only one we have to get out and we win the game. You know, obviously top order wickets are crucial in this format, but they've got a lot of talented strikers in their lineup. We saw that up in Brisbane in the game that we played. Even though we did take a few early wickets, they still had guys coming out, some young guys that can certainly play this form of the game very well, and are very dangerous strikers. So yeah, he's one of obviously 5 or 6 there that we have to try and keep quiet so that we get the right result.
So on the other night, emotions were pretty high after the win. Everyone in Perth was all talking about how good the Scorchers were. What was the message, though, that you gave the players after the game?
Look, I mean, we've worked hard to get to this stage, and there's no doubt that, yes, the guys are very happy achieving that, but at the end of the day, we want to win a trophy as well. As was mentioned before, it has been a while. And these opportunities don't always come around that often, so that's something that's been talked about. So as a group, it's just about trying to keep doing what we're doing. We've trained hard. You do everything the same that we've done leading into this sort of game. So from that point of view, nothing changes. It's just trying to enjoy the moment and make the most of that moment.
Has the disappointment of last season been brought up at all, or doesn't it need to, given everyone knows?
Yeah, not at all, because that's a long time ago. Yes, we've got a similar team, but we've also got a few new faces as well. So, like anything, you can't dwell on the past, and obviously with stuff that happened even prior to this tournament, a lot of that was spoken about at the start. It's been nipped in the bud, and we've moved on from that and made sure that we're ready for this. And so far, it's been very good from everyone concerned, not just the players, but also everyone off the field as well.
James, what's your thoughts on the trophy?
It lights up, as I found out today. No, yeah, it's great. We'd love to have it, but we've got to get through an extremely good team, and a team that's shown for two years now that they're a good side, and yeah, we're just looking forward to tomorrow night. If we get to hold that up, so be it. But we've got 3 hours of hard cricket ahead of us, I would have thought.
All right.